Hey everyone, this is to all the welfare queens and that think they're queens, but yeah, this is how we stop the welfare abuse, because the good people of the United States are sick of it. They're sick of you freeloaders, good for nothings, because you're just a waste of flesh and you're just parasites. I don't even want to compare you to animals.
Who pissed in your cornflakes, lady? So, real quick, I hope you remembered this video and everything you said about people being parasites. I hope you remember that when your kids send you to Shady Pines. And you sit in Shady Pines wondering, why don't my kids talk to me? The call is coming from inside the house, Karen. It's coming from inside the house. And I saw the comment you made about like how black people were supposedly a divergency from like white people. Honey, it's the other way around. Our skin's a mutation, okay? If white people would not survive in Africa, they would get skin cancer real quick. So that's why people have melanin, because they live closer to the sun, the equator there. All of us white people are technically genetic freaks, you know, we're descendants of the people that lived in Africa and our ancestors that migrated to places that are further from the equator, like Europe and all that. Yeah, that's a mutation. We're the weird ones, not them. You need to open up. What were you doing in biology? Were you just like sniffing rubber glue? Because that's like the only conclusion I can come up with. Anyway, this video is hysterical and not for the reason that you think it is, because you seriously just thought you did something there. You did it. Go yell at a Walmart manager already. Get that out of your system and go yell at a Walmart manager.
Um, of course you shut off your duets and your stitches, so I had to like use your comment, which is, it's a doozy. You're about to get dragged into oblivion. Like you're about to lose everything. So
Welfare queen.
Happy Sunday, besties, and welcome to today's installation of Find a Bigot, Spread the Word. Anytime anyone uses the term welfare queen, it is a massive racist dog whistle, and they should be treated as such.
Colored woman is about to lose everything after her racist remarks on the social media. Imagine calling black people the welfare parasites. That statement alone shows how racist you are. Right now, she has already lost her account. It was permanently banned. Secondly, all her info plus where she works has already been identified. The info are just there on the social media, on Instagram and on Facebook, so no one really doxed her. She works for her husband as a dentist, so I wonder if this is how they're treating their patients, because at that place they accept Medicare and Medicaid, because you can't tell me that it's only palm colored people who goes there to seek for medication. All races goes there to seek for medication. Plus, since this SNAP benefit cut was announced, I've seen the true colors of majority of these palm colored people, like the way they are making fun of black people, the way they are making fun of the SNAP benefit users. You might think that it's only the black people who are dependent on this. So guys, let's unpack this episode together. And welcome back to Afrojudy's channel. I honestly appreciate your massive love and support. Shout out to all my members, to all my subscribers, and to anyone watching this video. I really appreciate you. You are the real OG. So let's unpack this together.
Hey everyone, this is to all the welfare queens and that think they're queens, but yeah, this is how we stop the welfare abuse, because the good people of the United States are sick of it. They're sick of you freeloaders, good for nothings, because you're just a waste of flesh and you're just parasites. I don't even want to compare you to animals, because you're worse than that. Animals have a function. Animals are beautiful. You people are just virus, parasitic creatures that should have probably never been born. Anyways, the way I would solve the problem of all you fraudulent little idiots low IQ, waste of breath, is mandatory drug testing randomly. If you're caught on drugs, you get nothing. No smoking. Nothing that is a luxury or anything that you can live without. You will live in barracks, just like the military. If it's good enough for the military, it's damn well good enough for you. You will get fed what you're given, and you will have no choice in the matter. And it will be all healthy items. No chips, no soda. That way we can cut back on all your, medical bills and everything like that for all you obese, just whales. Whales, land whales. That's what you are. And, it would be mandatory birth control also. No children. No children while you are on the system. If you can't feed them, you're not going to breed them. And you're so lucky I am not in charge of this, because it would be like the military. And mandatory community service. You would wait on everybody else hand and foot. Whatever needs to be done in the community. That is, a direct function of society. You're going to be of some use. And then that way, poverty will be a thing of the past, pretty much. I mean, there'll still be some people in poverty, but they're going to be the hardworking people that just fall on hard times or whatever. But it isn't going to be this generational, just sponging off of everybody else that's working and that have worked and are, good for society, unlike you. So yeah, you're just parasites. And I think parasites might even be better than what you are. Because the way you're going on and on and on about how you're going to rob people, you're going to kill people, you're going to, cannibalize white crackers. And if I could say the words that I want to say on these platforms, I would. But then I'll get banned and then I can't voice my opinion. But you people need to get a life. You need to get an IQ, which will never happen. And it's been generational. And the more you breed and breed, the less IQ you have. Because it's just bad IQ, breeding with bad IQ. And it just gets worse and worse as it goes on. So, yeah. You would not like the system that I have in mind. Not at all. So, everybody that's a decent person on the system, more power to you, really. And I feel for you. But most of you, you don't need it. And I know this for a fact because I have family members and neighbors that are on the system, and they do not need it at all. They're just leeches. Just pure leeches. So, get a life, people. Get your shit under control. And stop feeding off of the rest of us. And our hard work. And our dollars that we put into the system that you never put into the system. So, go get a life. Bye-bye.
Let's go ahead and wrap this shit up, shall we? This is the second and final part, honey, of Little Miss Charlie's Avengers over here. To catch everyone up to speed, Little Miss Charlie's Avengers, aka Susan, believes that everyone on government assistance are parasites. They're less than human. She thinks we need to bring back a form of slavery for them, put them in concentration camps. When I tell y'all Little Miss Susan, honey, was in straight panic mode yesterday, she must have commented to me about 40 or 50 times, tried to follow me like 5 or 6 times, like, oh, why are you following me? Then she tried to threaten me with the I can do some investigating too. Sweetie, let me help you out. 3-time convicted felon over here, former addict. Turned my life around, honey, did a complete 180, and now I spend my life servicing my community and calling out hateful bitches like you. All one need do, honey, is scroll my videos, as you did, to see that I stand in my truth. Something hateful, venomous maggots like you know absolutely nothing about. Are we good now? Are we all caught up? Good. Now let's focus back on you. So Little Miss Charlie's Avengers tried to say that I had the wrong person. We're not going to do that, Susan. Because see, when you look someone up the way that I did, it's going to show all of your neighbors' names, it's going to show your acquaintances' names, and it's going to show family members' names. And when I go to your Facebook, boom, there's one. So I proceed to look up the rest of those names, and lo and behold, there they all are. Furthermore, sweetie, if it weren't you, you wouldn't have tried to do damage control here. Oh, and by the way, just because you removed the video from your page doesn't mean it no longer exists. Moving right along, I'm sure it'll come as no big surprise to anyone that Susan is also a racist, although she'll tell you she's not because in her words, they are good black. But if you're not racist, Susan, why were you liking all of the racist comments and laughing at them and using racist tropes and dog whistles as you did here? And of course, true to form, like all hateful, venomous maggots do, Susan decided to toss in a lie to back up her bullshit. Susan said that before her dad passed, he tried to go and get welfare, but they told him that he was the wrong color. And when someone asked her, oh, what's the right color? Susan said that they told him he wasn't black. Susan, welfare was created for white people. Pumpkin, there are more white people collecting welfare and government assistance than all races combined. Then Susan went on to say two things that I'm going to connect here for you. Susan said she hates drug addicts and they should not receive welfare. Susan also stated that she absolutely despises criminals, which is quite odd, Susan, because when I look at who owns your house, there's a gentleman by the name of Michael. Now, I'm not going to drop his last name because he only has something to do with this by proxy. But correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't Michael a bit of a felon himself? Had a little problem with that booger sugar, did he? And he resides in that home, am I correct? Must kill you to live in such proximity to a criminal, an addict. Then Susan went on to say that quite a few of her family members are abusing the welfare system. Oh, how you must hate them. Susan, let's be very clear here. You are not part of the elite. You didn't know what money was until you married a dentist. Speaking of which, now I'm not sure which of these two it is, but I think we should find out. Susan also stated that she has businesses online. I see that you have a connection with Globetrotter Properties. I'm not sure what it is, but I think it's worth looking into. I also see that you have some sort of travel thing going. Sue at Anderson Travel. If anyone knows how to look into LLCs, please let me know. Susan, I don't know what happened to you in your life to make you such a hateful person, but here's hoping you have the absolute day that you deserve.
Of course you shut off your duets and your stitches, so I had to use your comment, which is, it's a doozy. You're about to get dragged into oblivion. You're about to lose everything, so I don't need to go there. All I wanted to say was I only know 3 people that are on food stamps. One of them works, but can't get enough hours to get by, and she has a disabled son and she's a widow, so she needs them to supplement her meager income. The other one is also disabled, has a disabled son and is a widow, and that's why she needs them to get by. And the other one had breast cancer and was so sick from her treatments she could not work, and now she is working, but still is not making enough in retail to get by, so she needs food stamps. So I don't know who these people are that you're talking about, but even if there's 1 out of 10, those other 9 people need to eat. So you guys are weird as fuck.
Today I want to talk about this woman. This is Linda Taylor, and she's also what someone called the original welfare queen, and who Ronald Reagan in many of his speeches in the 70s was referring to when he was referring to people using welfare to their own advantage and, for lack of better words, scamming the system. The damage of this term cannot be undersold, considering that many people used this woman, Linda Taylor, as well as this entire trope as a way to continue to belittle and make light of Black women, especially Black women who are mothers, and especially Black women who are single mothers. I wanted to talk about this because with the SNAP benefits being gone for the month of November, there's a lot of really harmful rhetoric going around and a lot of confusion, I think, that is really set into the idea of welfare queens. Just to define it, welfare queens usually is referring to a woman, and more often than not, a Black woman who is scamming the system, like I said, committing fraud, taking more money than should be allocated. These are all myths. It also, unfortunately, paints a picture that people who are on any form of assistance programs look one specific way, as in they're majority black or they're majority women. And I saw something today that was talking about baby daddies and having tons of kids and being this promiscuous woman who just had to have all these kids with different fathers and blah 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 blah. And that rhetoric is not only shaming motherhood, it's shaming womanhood, it's shaming sexuality. It is in many ways quite slut shaming. It is harmful and is also only painting a picture for one type of person. Now, let's briefly look at the demographics of who actually uses SNAP and welfare programs similar to SNAP. These statistics are from Pew Research Center, which is a nonpartisan think tank and reports on similar metrics to this one. But as you can see, this is a breakdown of all the demographics, not just race, but white people in the United States are the largest group that participate in SNAP. Now, of course, you can do a multitude of statistical breakdowns of this, considering that the majority of the population of the United States is still, at this time, white, which would mean that there's simply more white people in this country. So it would make sense that if there's more of one specific demographic in the country, there's going to be higher rates of them enrolled in programs naturally. However, the picture that we all receive of SNAP and have for years and of anyone on assistance programs is that it's only people of color, and more specifically, only black people. And even more specifically, black women, seemingly with baby daddies and tons of kids. Now, all that is doing is pushing harmful stereotypes that are not true, statistically not true, and have not been true. And I think that is why right now with SNAP being cut for November, the misconceptions coming out and the reasoning for people wanting to take away handouts is still deeply rooted in racism and in many ways also xenophobia, because a lot of people have been saying take away SNAP benefits from non-citizens, take away welfare from people who are not citizens, who are not this, who are not that. All very harmful. No one should be going without food in a country with excess food. And no one should be painted with any form of stereotype for needing that food. You can look any type of way and need SNAP assistance. You can look any type of way and need housing assistance, because that is the world we live in. And continuing these stereotypes is incorrect factually and simply based in racism. Thank you for watching. I will put more resources in the caption if you'd like to learn more about the history with Linda Taylor and Ronald Reagan and the welfare queen, because I did not dive into that in this video. But please save and share the next time somebody asks you for stats on who is actually enrolled in SNAP benefits. Bye. Have a great day.
First of all I can say is that these people are so obsessed with black people. The black people are just living rent free in their heads, and they are triggered with whatever black people are doing. They're triggered by the success of the black people, by the silence of the black people, like literally everything that the black people are doing. That's why all of a sudden they are so mad at the black people right now. This kind of people are calling black people the welfare parasites, and first of all, this idea didn't come from anywhere. It's part of decades old racist stereotype, and one that paints black Americans as lazy, as dependent, or living off the government. But here is the truth, guys. It is a lie built to divide people and also to justify inequality. So this kind of people, like this Pamkara Duman, they literally want to divide people. They literally want the rest of the world to see black Americans as lazy, to see black Americans as dependent. And yet demographically, the black people are the most hardworking people. The black women are the most educated in the United States. So I wonder what this kind of woman is saying, and I'm so glad people have already identified where she's working. They have already known all her info, and plus she's about to lose everything. And statistically, most people who receive government assistance in the United States are the palm colored people, not only the black people. Programs like the food stamps, the Medicaid, the housing aid help families of every race. So when they say that black people are welfare parasites, what about the other groups of people who receive the government aid? Why are they so much into the black people? It's just because poverty is not about race. It's about the economics and also the opportunity. So they always want to label black people as poor people, as lazy people, as people who depend on government for these government aids or government assistance. But the reason these racist myths stick around is because they serve a purpose. They distract from the real issues, the unequal access to education, employment, and even generational wealth, all the consequences of systemic racism. It is easier to call someone a parasite than to face how the system fails them. You know how the system of the United States have failed the black people, how the system of the United States have oppressed the black people for over 400 years. It's not the 400 years people always talk about. It is over 400 years right now, and the system is still oppressing them. The system is still discriminating them. The system is still lynching them, incarcerating them, and people really don't want to talk about this. When they see these SNAP benefits being cut, they are always happy that the black people are going to suffer. It's not that way. Even the palm colored people right now are suffering. The brown people are suffering. Literally over 40 million Americans are starving right now. So I wonder why these people are just so much onto black people. Is there something so special about the black people? Because when I listened to one of the clips here, when that palm colored woman was saying that the black people are the real ones, you know, so this same woman was saying that the palm colored people are the real ones and that the black people degenerated from the palm colored people. Honestly, I don't know if this woman knows whatever she's talking about. I'm so glad that their very own said that the palm colored people are the mutants, and calling black people parasites isn't just false, it is dehumanizing someone, and also, it erases the real struggles that many hardworking people face just to survive. Social safety nets exist to help all the Americans, not to be used as weapons in the racist narratives. So, next time when someone uses that language, remember it says a lot more about their ignorance than it does about anyone receiving help. And guys, we can help call out racism in the society, especially if you're a palm colored person watching this video. This is the best time that you should be calling this kind of people, because if you don't call them, there is no one who is coming to call them. Even if black people do what right now, they can't help end racism. Racism will just end from your side first, and if it ends, then the world will be a better place for all of us. And if this kind of people continue doing this kind of stuff, do you think if it was a black person or perhaps a brown person, could they be still owning the businesses or running the business that they have right now? They could have already been fired. Their license could have already been terminated. So I'm still waiting to see whatever will happen to this, because this is not the first palm colored woman who is doing this to the black people. A lot of them have done this. A lot of them have made fun of the SNAP benefit users, when majority of them in the United States are fully dependent on the government aid for them to survive. And also, you can't tell me that the children who are dependent on the SNAP benefits are going out there to work. What about the disabled people who are dependent on the SNAP benefits? How will they go out there and start working when the government doesn't help them? And plus, the government of the United States is becoming so ignorant lately. It doesn't care about its own citizens. It just wants the citizens to continue suffering when the rest of the world is watching. What do you think the rest of the world is thinking about America right now? The way it used to be the land of free, right now, it is no longer the land of free. It used to be the land of opportunity. it is no longer that land of opportunity. It's the land of mess and chaos right now, because people are literally scared of their lives. People are literally scared of living in the United States, and that's why you will see majority of them fleeing America to other countries just because of the government. And people really can't wait to end this 4 years of this man in the office. They really can't wait, because everything is getting messy. The economy is getting tough each and every day just because of this man, just because of the some of the Republicans who decided that, well, let us vote for him. And I'm also glad that some of these people right now are turning against each other, especially those who voted for this man. I wish they could have listened to the black people. I wish they could have voted for Kamala, the woman who could have helped save America. So, guys, let me know what you think about this, because when I saw and watched the video of this woman, I really got so disturbed, because this is the world that we are living in right now, and it's still 2025, and these people are showing the world their true colors, and they don't even care, because they know very well that the government of the United States is on their side and will support them, and nothing bad will happen to them. So thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. I'll be there reading your comments as usual. Until next time, I'm your presenter, Judy. Take good care of yourselves.